Hey everybody, it's Everett back with you from Hood Time Welding. So today we have this bracket to repair. I guess it goes to a tractor, one of the smaller ones, where you somehow attach this to the tractor, and then from here a backhoe connects to this, or a bucket, I'm not sure. But anyways, if you look, you can see right off the bat that this here is totally gone. So we got to make a new one, drill some holes in it. So what we're going to do is, trying to give you the angle here. Actually, it'd be easier if I flip it around this way. So you can see this levels off right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually get rid of it right here, cut it here, and just replace this top piece. I would go lower, but you can see, can't really get in here to weld, which I'd want to. In one aspect, I sort of wish the customer, or I could have seen it, but the customer is way far away and he just brought it to me. So just so I could see if there was any way we could reinforce the top of these ears a little bit, but I wasn't able to. But when I was inspecting it, I don't know if you can see on this corner here, this weld for this corner has already started cracking too. So it actually just might be that they're not welded on very well. I mean, it's a real small weld. So we'll end up grinding this out and reinforce and redoing this weld after we get done with the other side here. So what I started off with is I actually took, and I'm using cardboard because, you know, that makes life easy. And I drew an exact copy of that side, just like that. Put my placement of my holes. So all I'll have to do, I'll already have them placed, is I'll just have to hold this on the new piece, and I've got them centered already, and I've got my center punch. You know, I'll be able to just center that there, punch through the cardboard, have my centers. You know, my drill bits I prefer. We'll use that to drill our holes, of course. But yeah, it's not going to be too hard of a project. It's just going to take a little time. So yeah, like I said, we'll start off by actually probably cutting this piece out, having it so it can cool off a little bit, and then we'll skim this one out. Like I said, cut it right here. The other thing that makes it harder if I wanted to do the whole piece is they actually have spots where there's ears. There's one there, there's one here, there's one here. And I actually think that's for ease of fitting, so that when they were fitting this piece all together, they just had to make sure those slots were, or it was pushed together and the pieces were into those slots, and that would help with fitting so it doesn't take as long. So I, of course, can't replicate that. I could, but it's why all you got to do really is just get this ear replaced. We'll end up actually, because of how high up this one comes, probably from about here up, end up doing a plug weld on this one, and getting it out to flush. So that'll help a little bit. But yeah, like I said, that's probably why they think that, oh, this is plenty strong enough, because you have those tabs, so you're pulling against metal. But so you can, this, where this tab ended on this side is actually almost right up to here. I'd say it's probably like right here, but you have the holes in here that weaken it. So like I said, not a big job, but something a little different to do. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. see I got it all set up. I know there's a gap here, but what it is I pretty much want full penetration on this weld, because of, it's not a solid piece like on this side, so we wanted to make sure we get a full penetration weld. You can see I have a little bit of a gap here, which that's not going to be any big difference to fill. On this side, again, I wanted that full penetration, so I had to open the root up a little bit. You saw me really paying attention to make sure this is the same as this. Like I was holding this piece up to here. And that's just because I don't know how stuff fits here. So I really wanted to make sure this one matches this here. I mean, it was just a teeny bit high. And you're like, well, why don't you cut it exact size? Well, I was using torch, so that makes it a little bit harder. And then also, I can always grind this one down. I can always grind and take away a little bit metal where it's harder to put metal back. Or you can put metal back. I mean, we're welding here, so you can. But it's just easier. Just leave just a little excess and then grind it into the exact shape you want. The holes, though, I made sure I had them centered. It sort of worked with the cardboard, but not really. They were off just a little bit. I don't know the thickness of the cardboard, something. So, you saw me measuring these holes out so that I was exactly the same as these. So now, the other thing is I got to make sure, like you see on this side, there's nothing here. It's flush. So that's why I actually put a little bit of a bevel here so we can lay that weld right down in there. I have room for weld down there because this one's there. On this side you have weld, so I don't have to worry about this weld. But this one, once I get it built out, I'll actually flatten it off and smooth it off, just so it looks somewhat the same as this one. So yeah, that's what we got left to do, is to get it welded up and just do a little grinding to get it touched up, and she'll be all done. And then, of course, we have to catch this weld here. But, all right, let's keep going. So there it is, all finished up. I think I matched it pretty well. You can see I didn't worry about flushing that all the way out. I welded all the way down in this side. You can see I ground that smooth, so you can't even tell, other than that it doesn't have the divot like this side. But yeah, matched it all up. I think she looks pretty good. But that's all there was to it. Now I just got to go through. I'm going to clean the whole thing and just repaint it for the customer. That's what he asked for. But as usual, let's get you turned around here so I can see. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this one. It wasn't too hard. Nothing spectacular about it, but I think the customer would be happy, which is the most important thing. And I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, any comments or questions, go ahead and ask. Big thumbs up is always appreciated, and we'll catch you on the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.